Dear learners, welcome to today's session. Today, we'll discuss an important topic, Dick and Carey model of instructional design. Please watch the entire video carefully and take notes on the key points. At the end of the session, you'll find multiple choice questions to help reinforce and assess your understanding of the topic. Let us try to understand. Dick and Carey model of instructional design. The Dick and Carey model was developed by Walter Dick and Lo Carey in 1978. Unlike traditional linear models of instruction, this model views instruction as a systematic process where all components, objectives, learners, instructional strategies, materials, activities, and assessments are interrelated and interdependent. It is one of the most detailed and structured models widely used in instructional design, especially in e-learning, teacher training, curriculum development, and corporate training. Key features of the model: system-oriented and learner-centered. Follows behavioral and cognitive theories. Consists of 10 interdependent steps. Emphasizes continuous revision and evaluation. Focuses on clear instructional goals and learning outcomes. The Dick and Carey model stands out for its systematic and scientific approach to instructional design. It ensures that instruction is effective, efficient, and engaging by analyzing needs, aligning goals, designing assessments, and iteratively refining learning experiences. 10 components of the Dick and Carey model. 1. Identify instructional goals. Define what the learners are expected to achieve after instruction. Goals are derived from needs assessments, curriculum standards, or performance problems. Example: students will be able to solve quadratic equations. 2. Conduct instructional analysis. Break down the goal into sub-skills or learning tasks needed to achieve it. Helps identify what learners must know or be able to do. Skills: understand algebraic expressions, use the quadratic formula solve. 3. Analyze learners and contexts. Understand learners' prior knowledge, skills, attitudes, and learning environments. Includes entry behaviors, learning preferences, and physical context. Example: are learners familiar with basic algebra? Do they have internet access? 4. Write performance objectives. Specify what the learner will be able to do, under what conditions, and to what standard. Usually framed using Bloom's taxonomy. Objective: given a quadratic equation, the student will correctly apply the quadratic formula to find the roots. 5. Develop assessment instruments. Design formative and summative assessment tools aligned with objectives. Can include quizzes, tests, checklists, rubrics, or projects. Assessment: solve 3 quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. 6. Develop instructional strategy. Plan the teaching learning approach. Example: direct instruction, problem-based learning. Includes content sequencing, feedback, practice, and motivation. Use interactive videos, worked out examples, and gamified practice tasks. 7. Develop and select instructional materials. Create or select the appropriate learning resources, print, digital, multimedia. PowerPoints, handouts, simulations, online quizzes, instructional videos. 8. Design and conduct formative evaluation. Test the instruction with a small group of learners. Gather feedback to revise and improve materials and delivery. Pilot test a lesson with a group of 5 students. Gather feedback. 9. Revise instruction. Based on formative evaluation, make changes in materials, delivery, content, or assessment. Add more visuals, simplify instructions, or include remedial practice. 10. Design and conduct summative evaluation, final evaluation of the instructional program to determine its overall effectiveness. Can include field testing, data collection, and reporting outcomes. Post-test results show improvement in learners' problem-solving skills. Application in educational technology. Ideal for online course design, curriculum development, and teacher training. Promotes clarity of goals, effective assessment, and learner engagement. Useful in developing adaptive learning environments and digital modules. Emphasizes use of technology tools like LMS, simulations, videos, and analytics. Dear viewers, let's solve some important multiple choice questions based on the presentation. 1. What is the first step in the Dick and Carey instructional design model? A. Writing performance objectives. B. Conducting formative evaluation. C. Identifying instructional goals. D. Selecting instructional materials. Answer. C. Explanation. The process begins with identifying what the learners are expected to achieve. 2. Instructional analysis in the Dick and Carey model refers to A. Creating assessments. B. Selecting learners. C. Breaking down goals into subskills. D. Evaluating the teacher. Answer. C. Explanation. Instructional analysis breaks goals into specific, learnable tasks. 3. Analyzing learners and context helps in understanding A. The teacher's salary. B. Learners' backgrounds and learning environments. C. How to punish students. D. Curriculum content only. Answer. B. Explanation. It involves analyzing learners' needs, entry behavior, and the learning setting. 4. Performance objectives include A. Only theoretical goals. B. Vague learning ideas. C. Clear, measurable learning outcomes. D. The teacher's annual plan. Answer. C. Explanation. Objectives should specify measurable outcomes aligned with the goal. 5. Assessments in the model are aligned with A. The syllabus. B. The learner's age. C. The performance objectives. D. The teacher's preferences. Answer. C. Explanation. Assessments must directly measure the defined objectives. 6. Instructional strategy includes all except A. Content sequence. B. Learner motivation. C. Teaching techniques. D. Students' medical history. Answer. D. Explanation. Instructional strategy focuses on teaching and engagement methods, not personal health. 7. Formative evaluation is conducted A. Before writing objectives. B. After instruction is implemented. C. To revise and improve instruction. D. To finalize grades. Answer. C. Explanation. Formative evaluation gathers feedback for improving the instructional design. 8. Which of the following is not a component of the Dick and Carey model? A. Summative evaluation. B. Learner analysis. C. Developing classroom layout. D. Developing instructional strategy. Answer. C. Explanation. Classroom layout is not a part of the model's 10 steps. 9. Revision in Dick and Carey model is based on A. Teachers' assumptions. B. Summative evaluation only. C. Formative evaluation results. D. Syllabus change. Answer. C. Explanation. Formative evaluation guides necessary revisions in instructional design. 10. Summative evaluation focuses on A. Initial understanding. B. Group feedback. C. Overall effectiveness of the instruction. D. Teacher's punctuality. Answer. C. Explanation. Summative evaluation determines the instruction's success post-implementation. Thank you, don't miss out. Subscribe now to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education, for insightful content and valuable resources.